Hi. I actually just found out that my video that I had before deleted, so now I have to hurry up and do this in 1 hour. So, okay. Video analysis of The Lovely Bones. That's the movie I chose, and I'm going to be doing two scenes. The scene where Mr. Harvey is in the bathtub, and she realizes she's dead, and then the other scene is when, at the end, when all the victims come together. So, quick summary of this movie. Basically, it's about a 14-year-old girl named Susie Salmon, and this takes place back in the 1960s, and what happens, like 60s, 70s, and what happens is she gets murdered by this man in her neighborhood, and she tries to cope with it, and it's like what happens with her as she goes like into the beyond, like beyond this. And so let's get into the first scene. So first scene, insert little clip here. Basically what happens is she, like, after looking at the scene and talking about what she goes through and everything, it's more symbolic to her character in a way, like character analysis, narrative analysis, that she has to cope with what happened. She has to realize I'm dead and that's it. Like, he killed me, he murdered me, and now he's fine, he's in the bathtub, and that's something she has to come to light with. And like, us as humans, like, what if we died and that's what we go through? Now, next scene, second scene, is the ending scene with all the victims. Now,
and you sang, say to me, let me hold you. Here I am.
Before I insert a little clip of this scene, I just want to say that this scene is really emotional, especially for her character, in the sense that she is able to move on. She can finally go, like, live in heaven or beyond or whatever there is left for us, and that she has people with her. Like, she's not alone. She wasn't the only one that was murdered. That she's not the only victim. She has a whole community of people to sit there and help her with what she's going through and to help her move on. And that it's so beautiful with all these bright trees and like the bright light, and that in the sense that even through like this, that she can still find a way to move on. And that's kind of how we are too, that we always move on as humans. Like, yes, there are points where we are in rough times and we're not ourselves or we're depressed or whatever, but I think that shows not only her character but us as humans, like our ability, like, of strength, that we can make it through anything, that we always find a way to pick ourselves up and move on. And now in conclusion, I know this is kind of fast and I was talking really fast, but basically Susie Salmon's character is the most important character in that movie. Obviously she's the main character, but like, it shows us not just like victims, but their story and what they go through and like the beyond or heaven and what we will experience when we finally die. And it was kind of like more of an experimental movie, but it has a really big message that there's more beyond death than just being a victim or just dying. There's so much more. And I think understanding that message will really get you to see the world differently.